guys, and welcome back to Cooking with Remi. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get cooking. Hello guys, welcome back to Cooking with Remi. I have missed you so much, and today's episode I am extra excited about because it's very much in my wheelhouse. We are throwing, it's a girls' night, but it could be a girls' night, boys' night, a whatever night you want. We're making fun snacks for your friends, and it's my favorite thing in the world. As we all know, I love hosting so much. I love having my friends over, and these are just really easy recipes to throw together to look like you've got your life together and look like you really know how to cook, but it really requires very little skill, which is amazing. So on the menu, we are making baked Brie bites. These are delicious. It's almost like a charcuterie board all in one. It's a fun little elevated twist on that. They're really delicious, and you pretty much can't go wrong. It's cheese, it's dough, and jam. Next up, we are making my new favorite appetizer. I just discovered these recently, and I cannot stop making them. The way that I crave these on a random Tuesday. These are bacon wrapped dates. These are so easy to make. It's like 4 ingredients. They are so delicious, and I promise, even if you don't like dates, you're gonna love them. If you guys have ever seen me have my friends over, you know I like to have a big spread of everything because whenever they're salty, you also need sweet, and with summer right around the corner, that means it's s'mores season, and we're gonna make a baked s'mores cookie bar. We've done a s'mores dip on this channel already, which was delicious, but these just take them to the next level. Also, another craving that I've been having lately is spinach. Honestly, when I plan Cooking with Remi, I just really think, like, what am I craving right now? Spinach artichoke dip, delicious, a staple. I love a dip when I have friends over because it's just really easy. You can prep it, everyone loves it, and not only are we making the dip, we're also making little garlic bread chips to dip into it. It is fantastic. And last but not least, you guys have been requesting it, and I'm so excited to tell you guys that today we are officially starting a segment of Cooking with Remi called Cocktails with Cal. If you guys watch the vlogs, or maybe even this channel, you guys know that Cal's gotten very into bartending, and you've asked for him to make an appearance on some videos. In today's episode, he's gonna be showing us some fun little cocktails to make for your girls' night, boys' night, friends' night. And let me know if you guys want more of Cal in the future, which I feel like I know you will, so stay tuned for that. Overall, I'm ready, I'm hungry, so let's get cooking. So we're gonna start off with our baked Brie bites. As I said, everything that I'm doing today is very easy, and a big reason for that, I'm feeling very Sandra Lee, semi-homemade. So a lot of the stuff that I'm using to make it easier for me and easier for you guys is already pre-made stuff. If you wanna go the extra mile and make crescent dough by scratch, if you wanna make cookie dough by scratch later, you can do anything you want. I've got recipes on the website for those if you'd like, but today the oven is ready. I've had it preheated at 375, and we're gonna use pre-made crescent dough. Today I'm making it easier for myself. When I have my friends over, I'm always cooking a bunch of stuff in the kitchen at once, so little shortcuts like this are great. So I'm going to start by flouring my surface. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little flour down just so it doesn't stick. Then we're just going to gently roll out our crescent dough, find the seam, peel her back. There we go, there we go. 1 can is gonna make 4 little, I guess they're bigger than bites. They're like little hors d'oeuvres. But if you want more than 4, then obviously use more dough. But I'm just gonna use my finger to pat the seams to make them just kind of like rectangular and all stick together. Kind of works best if you take 2 fingers and like push in like this, like you're popping a pimple. Ew, sorry. But it's true. Pop, pop, pop. You want those seams nice and tight so that nothing comes busting out. Now you can use a regular knife, but I find that the pizza cutter works a lot easier to get straight lines, and I'm just gonna cut this in half again. Just slice, look at that, right through the center. Slice, slice, and slice. Woo! Then you can really put whatever you want on the inside, any cheeses, any mixtures. I am a big fan of Brie cheese, and I have these adorable little tiny mini baby Brie wheels. I love these, and I love the juxtaposition of like a creamy, salty Brie with a jam. Specifically, I like strawberry jam, but again, you can choose whatever you'd like. So I have here some strawberry, and I'm just gonna put a little bit onto 4 of the 8, or half of them. Just a little bit right on the center. Otherwise, it'll come out the edges, and then we'll have a mess in the oven. You can also use like fresh fruit. It's obviously peach season, so like a fresh peach slice would be so delicious, and I might have to do that once my garden produces all my peaches. That would be amazing. I was also thinking last night how good caramelized onions would be in here. So really, again, use your creative liberty, have fun, but the jam and the Brie are so easy. And look how cute these little individual Bries are. And I'm just gonna plop one onto each center of our pastry. They're like little pods of fun. Now we've put all of our little babies to bed, we're gonna put their little blankets on so they don't get cold right on top. Just layer over. And you have to give each one a little kiss. Now for each one, I'm just going to kind of press the top and the bottom together, kind of get any of that air out of there, just like so that the cheese is standing nice and covered and comfy. And then I'm gonna go around with a fork, but we're just gonna press all the way down till we reach that brie in the center. After we're left with this crazy looking Pop-Tart, and I'm just gonna repeat on the other ones. I had a couple holes pop up with mine because my dough got a little bit too warm because of all the lights in here. So just be aware to work quickly with your dough when you can, but they're still gonna taste delicious. I'm gonna take my pizza cutter again, and we're basically gonna cut around all the excess dough now. Get a nice clean edge all the way around, and you can save this dough for little cracker bites, or you can make more. Okay, so we have 4 made. If you guys wanna make more now, obviously there's a lot of excess dough, so you can just have this, roll it out, and keep making them. With 1 can, you could probably get about 8 or so, or you can just bake this as like normal rolls, have it with dinner, whatever works for you, but I'm gonna just bake these today. So I put all of them on a grease baking sheet. I'm now gonna take a little fork, and we're just gonna fork each one at the top so that the steam can escape and they don't puff up too much. Then I'm gonna take an egg wash. This is just 1 egg beaten with a little brush, and I'm just going to brush this on the top, and these are gonna get them nice and golden brown, just a very thin layer. And then last but not least, for a little extra crunch and some extra salt, I'm just gonna sprinkle some flaky salt on top. The egg wash will make it easy for the salt to stick. All right, these are ready to go into the oven at 375 for about 10 minutes, and they're gonna be puffy and crispy and cheesy and delicious. All right, guys, our baked brie bites are ready. They smell and look absolutely amazing, and I must taste test one, so let's try. All right, we are ready. They are soft and pillowy, but crispy on the outside. Holy, oh my God. The brie is like soft. Please make these, they're so good. Cal just came downstairs and asked me when are the dates gonna be ready, because I kid you not, they are a family favorite in this house. They're so good and so easy. First off, you just need some pitted dates. You can get regular dates, but these make it a little easier. The ones at Trader Joe's are like a couple bucks for this giant thing, so it's fantastic. Then you need goat cheese. Now I know goat cheese is an acquired taste for people and not everyone loves it, but I swear something about the caramely sweetness from the date with the tart saltiness from the goat cheese. I wasn't even a huge goat cheese person till I tried these. It's amazing. And then last but not least, we wrap it in bacon. You can use turkey bacon, you can use regular bacon. It is just so, so good. Let's make these because it's gonna take like 5 minutes. First off, we're starting with our bacon. I am going to cut this into thirds because I found that's the smallest and perfect size to wrap around the date. And fun little fact that I saw online, we can take this out because we're gonna use all of this. And then you can just use this packaging to wrap the bacon back up. There you go. And the only tool you really need for these are just little toothpicks. So I've got an array of colorful toothpicks here. And we're just gonna take our date. These are pitted, so I'm just gonna find the little slice already. If you have the pit, slice it down, remove the pit, and you're left with the same thing. We're gonna take our little spoon and gather some goat cheese. If you don't like goat cheese, you can do feta. You can omit the goat cheese, but like it really is the star of the show. And we're just gonna stuff the inside till it's nice and full. Close her up, and then take a slice of our bacon. And I found you can also kind of stretch it a bit to make it a little thinner and longer. Place it on, roll the bacon around, take our toothpick and push it through where the bacon meets, and that's it. Now we make 100 of them. Okay, here are all of our little dates wrapped up and ready to go. I just put them in a baking dish, but you can put them on a pan, and I'm going to cook these at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how crispy you want your bacon, in the oven, and they will pretty much be ready. Super easy, let's go. All right, guys, here we have our finished bacon wrapped dates. They are absolutely amazing. Everybody in the room has already started eating them. Now, you can eat them as they are, or if you wanna go a little extra, I love adding a little hot honey on top. It adds a nice little kick and adds a little extra sweetness. The date is already super sweet, but I like the extra sweet flavor. I'm just gonna do a light little drizzling of honey on top and then flaky salt on top, and they are done. Now for our taste test, I'm going in. That is a flavorful bite. From the sweet to the salty to the tart. You have to try them. They're so good. The crispy bacon, 10 out of 10. All right, guys, we're halfway through the recipes that I'm sharing today. They were so delicious, so good. I can't wait to eat more, but I need a little intermission and I need a little drink, to be honest. So we are going to introduce a new segment on Cooking with Remi, or just on this channel, and that is what? That was your cue.
Is it Cocktails with Cal?
Yeah, you pop up and you say Cocktails with Cal.
No, I was gonna do it shyly. Like, is it time now?
No. So I am now introducing a new segment called
Cocktails with Cal!
Woo!
Yay!
Do you have any words for the people that
Drink
requested this?
responsibly.
Love that.
If you are new to cocktail making, you're gonna need a couple tools first. Now what I do is...
He was in the zone. That was so
I was in the zone!
So cute. Sorry.
If you're new to cocktail making, you're gonna need a couple tools first. Most important one is going to be a shaker. Now what I do is I use these 2 tins here, just clamp them up and you shake it with ice. But I know most people might have like a little screw-on bottle looking thing. That's cool too. I like the shaker more. It's up to you. Another one you're gonna need for your measuring for everything is gonna be a jigger. I like this one. It's double-sided and you can do like an ounce, half ounce, quarter ounce, anything on this side, 2 ounces, whatever for like your alcohol. This is going to be a strainer. So when you're done shaking up your cocktail, you're gonna need to use your strainer, pour it out like that so that the ice doesn't get in there. I don't know why they do that. Most cocktail drinks are going to require fresh lime juice, so you're going to need maybe some, what are these called? Juicers? A lime juicer. And most importantly, a Miss Remy Ashton cutting board. Today, we're going to be making a Cosmopolitan, a pretty classic cocktail you can find in pretty much any bar. I'm going to first start with Remy's version, which is going to call for standard Cosmopolitan ingredients: ocean spray, cranberry cocktail, Tito's vodka, Cointreau, like an orange liqueur. I use it a lot in my margaritas, but it's also called for in a Cosmopolitan, and simple syrup. And also lime juice, freshly squeezed. And for Remy's twist, we're going to be adding a little bit of edible glitter to make it shiny. For the garnish, every cocktail needs a garnish. It adds an aroma to it, as well as it could be a snack at the end too, like a cherry. We're gonna be adding maraschino cherries, or just one, not a bunch. We are going to start off with 1.5 ounces Tito's vodka, our cranberry juice, ocean spray, 1 ounce, orange liqueur, 1/4 ounce of simple. Oh, I just over poured that like crazy. Pour it back, boom! Nailed it. 1/4 ounce simple syrup. Oh, by the way, I am pouring all the liquid into the smaller tin if you're using a 2-tin shaker, and all the ice is going into the big guy. A 1/2 ounce of lime juice, freshly squeezed. Save the other half for a little secondary garnish, because it makes it look pretty. I have filled up the big tin with a little bit of crushed ice. Pour that in there. Give a little tap, make sure it's solidly in there, and then you're gonna wanna shake until you feel the whole tin get like really cold. Now that we are done shaking, grab a martini glass. We're about to strain it into the glass, but first and foremost, there is fresh lime juice in here, so it's gonna have some of that like lime, I don't know what you can call it. It's like little lime bits. You're gonna take a little mini, like a pasta strainer guy, and you're just gonna double strain it into your martini glass. That nice pink color going too. So what the double strainer does, it just makes the cocktail look pretty clean. So what I just grabbed here is a little bit of a baby spoon, because we still have to add our Remy twist to the cocktail, which is edible glitter. You're really not going to need much. If there are any actual bartenders out there watching this, they're gonna probably be mad at me for stirring in a martini glass. But you know, how's it looking? It looks pretty good. Nice and shiny. Remember that half lime piece? We're gonna do just a little bit of a garnish. Thinly slice our lime half. I don't know if this knife is gonna cut it. Okay, beautiful. Now you have your little lime wheel. I am always bad at this garnish, so I'm gonna try it right now. Cut a little slit here. Beautiful. Look at that. And we can't forget, just because it's fun, you don't have to do this in a Cosmopolitan, but this is in the Remy version. Okay, we got a little toothpick. Plop it in there. That's bad. That's bad. We shouldn't have a toothpick in there. I'm back after that fumble. You see the size difference here? Look at that. This is gonna fit in here. What this is just a little garnish pick. You can get it in a bartender set. And then to a maraschino cherry right there. And then, boom, I did it. The Remy Ashton Cruz Cosmopolitan. Ooh, that's good. I actually really like that. Wow, I did a good job.
Not enough sparkles. Sparkles. There we go. Thank you so much. You did such a good job. That's bomb. That's so good. It's like a little sweet, a little sour, just like me.
Thanks.
Crush it. How do you feel?
Do you want to try mine? Yeah,
I like mine more. Bye.
Bye, Remy. Well, now you're about to say bye to me too. Bye.
Moving on, as I said, it is summertime, and my favorite activity to do during summer is eat s'mores. I just love sitting by the campfire. I love making them on my stove if I have to. S'mores are amazing, and today I thought we would do s'mores cookie bars. So if you like chocolate chip cookies and you like s'mores, then this is the perfect dessert for you, perfect for a summer party, perfect for a friend party. So let's get into it. I'm going to be making mine in a 13x9 pan, but you can use whatever you have on hand. First up, we're gonna make our graham cracker crust, which consists of graham crackers, and I'm going to throw these into a food processor. You can use a blender, you can throw these in a bag and till they're nice and fine, but this is easy and I love a food processor. I'm gonna take a whole box worth because I like a graham cracker crust. It's my favorite part of this. There we go. There we go. Yes. Not a single crumb on the counter. Okay, few blitzes and it's nice and fine. Okay guys, we have our ground up graham crackers. The way that I just wanna stick a whole spoonful of this in my mouth. It smells amazing and cinnamony. Now to make it a crust and make it all stick together, I have half a cup of butter melted. I'm gonna pour that into our sand looking mixture. And then to add some extra flavor, I'm just gonna add a splash of vanilla extract, and then to pull out all those flavors, some salt, and then give it a good mix. So this is a graham cracker base you can use for pretty much anything. If you wanna make a cheesecake, if you wanna make a s'mores bar, if you wanna make literally any dessert, or just like eat this with a spoon because it's that delicious. You're just gonna work it into the butter mixture. It takes a little while, and you basically want a texture where you squeeze it and it sticks together. All right, I mixed in the first half with the butter till it was nice and combined, and now I'm gonna follow up with the other half cup of melted butter. Now we mix one more time. Okay, this is perfect. So the whole color should get like a little bit more golden brown, and when we press it, you'll see that it sticks together. You don't want it sopping wet, but you want it to have like a nice crumb to it and a nice kind of hold. Oh my God, I wanna stick this all in my mouth. Now that this is all mixed together, we can take our greased dish and roll up the sleeves, and we're just going to spoon our mixture into the pan and press it down. Laying down that nice foundation. Smooth it around evenly, and then you can use your fingers or spoon to press it down nice and flat. Oh, it looks so good. See, as you can see, it holds nicely in the bottom, but it's not too wet. If you put too much butter in, the butter will like ooze out, and it's not a good time. Beautiful. And then now, I didn't leave enough for me to eat, but here we go. So good. Now for the cookie dough, I'm using pre-made cookie dough that I've let sit out for an hour or so in my kitchen so it's nice and malleable. If you wanna make your own homemade cookie dough recipe, we have a delicious cookie recipe on the site. They're Ollie's favorite cookies ever. Right, Ollie? Come give me a nod on camera. So if you wanna make those, feel free to do that. But again, I'm just using pre-made dough because it's easy. And I'm just gonna cut her open, plop this on top of our crust. Again, very malleable, very soft. Flatten this into like a pancake and just press it on top. Takes a little bit of time and spreading around, and you have to be kind of careful with the crust, but it is well worth the effort. All right guys, this looks absolutely amazing. I'm gonna throw this in the oven at 350 for like 12 to 15 minutes until the cookies are golden brown, and then we will top them. All right, now I'm gonna throw this under the broiler, and I'm gonna watch them for like 2, 3, 4 minutes until they get nice and puffy and golden brown. And right before they hit that burning stage, when they're like golden and gorgeous, I'm gonna pull it out. And now I watch on the floor. Woohoo! Okay, I caught them literally just in time. Now while they're still hot, I have here Hershey's bars, both the regular milk chocolate and the cookies and cream. And now I'm gonna alternate and put them on top of each marshmallow. Okay guys, our chocolate is all on, and the residual heat will get the chocolate like a little melty. If you want it a little meltier than that, you can throw it back in the broiler for like 20 seconds, like really quickly. Or if you wanna be extra like me, you can use, what is this called? A blowtorch. Here goes nothing, just a little melty right on top. Ooh, yes. Get that campfire feel. All right, they're extremely hot, so I'm gonna let them cool down for a little bit, and then we will slice in and have a bite. All right guys, I have here a little serving of s'mores cookie bars, and they look absolutely delicious. They're one of those desserts that don't spoon out well if it's still warm. If you wanna chill them, you can cut them and have them be nice and uniform. Right now, it's just a mishmash of everything, but regardless, it's gonna taste delicious, and I'm gonna give you a taste test. Here we go. You can't go wrong. The saltiness of the crust with the sweetness of the cookie, the marshmallow, everything is just so good. It's decadent, it's rich, it's so perfect. If you bring these to a party, or if you throw a party and have these, people are gonna go crazy for them. And they're the perfect summer treat. Let's move on to the last recipe. Now first up, when I make this dish, I usually use frozen spinach because it's just easier and I usually have it in the fridge. Today, I do not, but I do have these packs of spinach from like some meal kits that we didn't use, as well as a pack of spinach that's about to go bad for smoothies and things. So I figured I would just use this today to not waste things, obviously. If you have frozen spinach, I'll just throw the whole block in the microwave for like a couple minutes till it is fully defrosted. Then I'll squeeze all the water out into paper towels, and that's the spinach that I use. Today, I'm just gonna blanch this in some hot water, throw it in an ice bath, and then do the same thing and squeeze all the water out. So use whatever you have on hand, obviously. All right, guys, I have all of these spinach and artichoke ingredients here in front of me. Now, I'm making half the recipe today, but if you guys want to make a full recipe, just double this. Both variations of the ingredients will be on the website if you want the half or the full recipe. So for the artichokes, I used artichokes in a jar in water. You can use artichokes in a can, whatever you'd like, but I just chopped those up nice and finely, threw them in the bowl. I used half the jar. And then for my spinach, all that spinach that I had for you guys earlier, I wilted down into pretty much nothing and I chopped it up nice and finely, but that's what's in our bowl. And then for our base, we're gonna use cream cheese and sour cream, and it's delicious. So I have a block of 8 ounces of cream cheese here, and I let this soften for the last hour on my counter so it's nice and easy to work with. I'm just gonna plop this into my bowl, and then I'm gonna do half a cup of sour cream right into the bowl. You don't have to be exact with this. And then I'm gonna mash this all together. Gorgeous. Okay, once all the clumps are gone, I'm now gonna add in the cheese. I'm using Parmesan cheese here, and I'm very excited about it because it's delicious and salty and dry and amazing. Now, this I'm gonna add in about a 1/4 cup to start with, and then that was actually more of a 1/3. And then you can add more if you'd like. I like a lot of cheese in mine, so I might add a little bit more, but you can taste along the way, see what you're vibing with. And then we need to season. I have here salt, lots of black pepper. The pepper really brings all the other flavors out, kind of counteracts with like the sweet creaminess that's going on right now. We're gonna do garlic powder, a couple teaspoons of that, onion powder, and then also for extra garlicky flavor, I'm gonna add like 2 large cloves of garlic mince. As we know, I like garlic in this house, so I'm gonna give this all a nice mix till it's well combined and then put it in my baking dish. Now, as I said, this is the half recipe, so I'm gonna use a smaller dish. All right, our dip is in the dish. Now you can bake it as is, but as I said, I love the cheese, so I'm gonna add on some more Parmesan onto the top. And now we're gonna bake this. I'm gonna throw this in the oven at 350 for maybe like 15 minutes or so till it's all warmed through, nice and crusty. And in the meantime, we're gonna make our chips. These are so easy to make. Basically, I love making this like super standard garlic butter that I use for any garlic bread that I make, any garlic bread chips. Like I'll put it on a bagel and bake it. It's delicious. Basically, I just chop up like almost a whole head of garlic, depending on how garlicky you like it. You can do like 6, 8, 12 cloves, however much you like, and I chopped it up nice and finely and mince it. Then I mix it with about a cup of softened butter, and I also add in some fresh parsley, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. You can really add whatever you like. Sometimes I do chicken bouillon to make it like a little umami. It's delicious. But basically I just make that butter and I'll keep it in the fridge at all times, and whenever I wanna make some garlic bread, I'll let it soften, throw it onto the bread. Today, obviously, I made chips. You saw that I just chopped up the baguette into tiny little slices, and then I spread the butter on, put a little Parmesan cheese, and I baked them in the oven. They're super great if you're making like a pasta night and you wanna throw them on the side, or obviously for our dip. Also, if you're looking for a vessel for your dip, I recommend our fried pita, which is on the website under the caramelized onion dip, also another fan favorite. But today we have the spinach and artichoke. It looks absolutely amazing. You can dip these together, have a garlicky, spinachy, creamy flavor, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys wanna see more Cocktails with Cal, let us know. Let us know what you wanna see from him, and let me know what you guys want to see in future Cooking with Remi episodes, and I'll see you next time. Bye!